Welcome to Day One CES 2019. I'm Liz Clayman. You're on Fox Business's Facebook Live page. So glad you're joining us for the coolest, largest tech show on planet Earth. Right now, I want to tell you, we're not even at the Las Vegas Convention Center. We're at the Hard Rock Hotel because this show has gotten so huge and some of its participants over the year have gotten so big, Harman International, for example, that they had to move their own space over here. I want you to look around at this massive space. They went from last year at 17,000 square feet, jumping this year to 28,000 square feet. Absolutely huge. So what they do is they display their wares, and they have moved here at the behest of this guy, Dinesh Paliwal, who has been the longtime CEO of Harman and who last year oversaw the completion of Samsung's $8 billion acquisition of Harman. Good to see you on this CES 2019.
Thank you, Liz, and good to be on your show.
Okay, I don't want to hear anything about last year. I want you to show us the coolest things that you have this year. I mean, I'm looking at this thing behind me. I mean, wait till you see this. I don't even know what this is, Dinesh. Show us what it is and explain.
So, Liz, it's all about experience, personalization, safety, and experience per mile. So we have been pushing that for a number of years, and this is a journey we are on. So in this vehicle, what we're demonstrating, from driver monitoring system, watching your facial expressions, your cognitive load, and personalizing from the cloud and helping you drive safely, securely. You walk in from this car to any other car, from the cloud, your personal preferences are portable with you. Then there's a laser, the cameras giving you full surround view, augmented reality. It's all about experience, making it easier. At the same time, we are introducing in this car, from the cloud, your personalized audio-video experience. And also, we are introducing in the car this year, personal chat. If you have a 3 rows in SUV, the driver can't hear the children sitting on the 3 rows behind. So you can talk clear chat just like Nextel introduced 15 years ago. So many of those. It's all about experience, innovation, safety.
Okay.
Everything through cloud, but with secured connections.
Okay, for a parent of 2 kids, I don't have to yell is what you're saying back here, and they can be very entertained, as you can see. Dinesh, Harman sits squarely at this intersection of being the world's #1 infotainment auto system company, but also connectivity. With connectivity come major privacy issues. As you have seen, it has become a real question of security, privacy, data. How do you confirm and promise that all of this connectivity in this car is going to remain private?
Liz, I'm so glad you're bringing it up. The main topic, which I've actually been saying, OEMs, the car companies must get serious about it, because we all talk data. Data means somebody is watching, snooping, something is happening. There's no way you can secure 100%. I have to admit that. But what we are doing here, way back early on in the industry, we were the first company to start acquiring companies in Israel in cybersecurity, in safe communication, over their update, the 15, 17 years of Israeli Air Force controlled technologies, which now commercially available, we acquired those. So we are implementing those. So we have now industry standard from cloud to car, update of software, but secure. That's what we do. We have now Harman Shield. So all the engineering units in the car, they're vulnerable for anybody coming in from the data. We actually watch and report back which one is vulnerable and what they may need.
So privacy is one huge issue that people are talking about here, but also the trade atmosphere. We have major tensions between China and the U.S. Right now, there is a 90-day pause that we're in the middle of, although it's scheduled to end of February. Let's first tackle that, and then we'll get to other tariffs like steel, because last I checked, all of this stuff is, and your equipment and your headphones, et cetera, which we'll show you more of, have steel, have aluminum, I am sure. But let's talk about the trade atmosphere. Apple warned last week that they are seeing a slowing Chinese consumer. What are you seeing on the ground?
I'm seeing very similar trends. Very unfortunate. Chinese economy is slowing down. We haven't seen much of an impact in U.S. yet, but there are early warning signals. We're seeing the weak signals coming in. Liz, earlier on your show last year, actually I said, I stand for fair and free trade. Free is given. We are a digital world. We cannot stop at the borders. But the fair is very important. So I give credit to our president that he's standing up to China. Come on, let's get on the table and talk about fairness. So I think we have to do it. Question is how to do it. Sometimes we do it in a way which culturally might not be adapt to Chinese or Japanese or Korean culture, but I think it's the right thing to do. But there are so many ways you can get to the outcome, and that's what I see a lot of economists, even presidents, advisors are starting to talk. But it's concerning.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
And let's talk about the steel tariffs that the president put into place early this last year. Steel, aluminum, maybe we can go over to some of your headphones.
Yeah.
I know there's plastic involved, but
Yeah.
talk about your material costs and how they've been impacted.
So we don't realize to make these headphones really affordable to the masses, we are really cost conscious. In fact, all our headphones versus our competition, and we are leading this category, they're 20-30% lower cost than anybody because we want to keep the price. Therefore, we're very sensitive to, so plastic is going up, steel, aluminum, copper, magnets, and many of these components are sourced from China. The thing which we forget, even asking Apple to move the factory here, what about the whole supply chain network you have? We have to build that. Then you can have the cost arbitrage. Just the component cost alone may not be. So you cannot move things back and forth like we had the NAFTA discussion between Mexico and Canada and US. We're so interdependent. So yeah, we are starting to face that.
Are your materials costs going up specifically?
We are seeing material shortage. We are seeing material cost going up. Electronics, the memory, the microcontrollers, the SoCs, prices are going up, and that's impacting the final end price of the product.
Well, that's what I'm going to ask. Yeah. Have you gotten to that point where you have to raise your prices?
We have not done that. We are looking at it. We're very responsible. We do not want to shake the market. But at the moment, we're just looking for productivity improvement. But eventually, if we get to the point, we may have to. So this will again impact the American consumers because they consume. We're still the largest consumer society in the world. So far, we have not done that.
Okay. These headphones are digital assistant headphones?
So the cool thing about these headphones, first time ever in the industry, we have your voice assistant built into them, and not just the Alexa or Google or Bixby or Cortana. We have the intelligent reasoning agent in the cloud. All you need to do is to tell me the weather. You can talk to it, weather. What's the traffic light? So you don't need to take it off. You don't need to look at your intelligent device, your phone. So it's again distraction-free, but making life easier and experience much better.
Boy, I'll tell you, this is Generation L. Lazy. We've become so lazy because of these kinds of things.
I think we're getting safer and secure, and our experience is getting better, which means productivity is going up.
So you just said safety. Let's go to this motorcycle. You're building in some safety issues with Harman Electronics?
So what we're demonstrating here is, this could be a road, a highway. So the car is driving, the motorcycles, the big trucks and what have you, using 5G technology, V2X and V2, vehicle to vehicle, vehicle to infrastructure, we're actually communicating between the vehicles for the safe distance, for driving, and also we are also creating awareness for the ambulance or the trucks, again, making it easier for drive and safety and secure driving.
Okay. Samsung, obviously a Korean company, which is now the owner of Harman International. The trade deal that has been struck, Chorus, Korea-U.S. trade deal, has that impacted anything that you've seen in your activity, in your supply chains?
Not much, because we're not really sourcing a lot of component level products from Korea. We source a lot of stuff from Asia, particularly China and Japan. But I think eventually such deals are good. I would like to see those deals becoming more universal in many other countries. But Korea is a big trading partner for US as well as for Japan and China.
When you're looking for where to build out your supply chain, I know you just opened an operation in Israel. Let's talk about that. Why Israel?
Well, Israel, as I said, when I met with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, I told him, I said, what you have built, Mr. Prime Minister, is Palo Alto on steroids. Why I said that? Because I see innovation, think tanks everywhere. And I get very excited when I go there. I did speed dating with 15 founder entrepreneurs to see what they're doing. In fact, we have bought several companies, invested several companies, and we're growing in Israel big time. We just moved into a brand new tower, and it's our R&D center, it's our engineering center. We're doing some of the global R&D work in Israel, and more coming. Yeah, I love that country. Yeah.
And with all that you have on your plate, it's amazing to me, as I always scour your bio and see what's changed. You are on the board of Bristol-Myers Squibb. Unrelated to anything here, but the atmosphere right now with drug pricing. You have Democrats and Republicans on the same page. when it comes to keeping drug prices affordable. President Trump has made it a real linchpin of his campaign, and he's following through with that. And yet, a lot of big pharma companies raised prices January 1. Do they understand, from the board to management, that drug pricing could end badly for big pharma if they don't figure out how to harness the rising costs?
I would speak on behalf of our CEO, Dr. Giovanni Caffaro, one of the most responsible CEO of biopharmaceutical industry, extremely conscious about the pricing, but at the same time making our drugs available. That's to me fundamental. Make it available, just like you've seen in Harman. We want to make technology available to the masses, and that's what we're doing. And we're very careful. We watch, we look at what can we do in terms of productivity improvement to avoid price increases. And I think we're on a good path here to take advantage of the scale. And you just heard that Mr. Meyer announced the acquisition of Celgene.
Yes.
That would create a powerhouse, give us a scale, which again will be in the end good for the consumers.
Can I just tell you scale, everybody? This is scale. Thousands and thousands of square feet for Harman International. Dinesh Paliwal is the brains behind all of it, with, of course, your great team. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Liz.